Well, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that he did not want the Kurds to launch an offensive against Iran. Trump made a U-turn from his previous statement of involving Kurds into the fight, saying that he does not want the war to get any more complex. Let's hear this out.
We're not happy. We're not looking to the Kurds going in. We're very friendly with the Kurds, as you know, but we don't want to make the war any more complex than it already is. No.
You've ruled that out?
We don't want, yeah, I have ruled it out. I don't want the Kurds going in. I don't want to see the Kurds get hurt, get killed. We've had a good relation. They're willing to go in, but I've told them I don't want them to go in.
And do you think the map of Iran will...
I just think the war is complicated enough without getting the Kurds involved.
On Thursday, Trump had told Reuters news agency that he would be all for an offensive by Iranian Kurdish fighters in support of the U.S.-Israeli war against the Islamic Republic. Well, Turkey has objected to the U.S. efforts to cause a civil war inside Iran, while warning Tehran after NATO intercepted a Turkey-bound ballistic missile launched from Iran this week. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said any effort to stir up a civil war inside Iran in a bid to bring about regime change would be a mistake.
We, our intelligence agency, and our defense minister, everyone, are expressing to their counterparts the wrongness of this and the problems and difficulties it could cause. In other words, we are against all scenarios that aim to instigate a civil war in Iran or to create conflict along ethnic or religious lines.
Fidan also said he had raised the matter with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who had denied any American involvement in such an issue.
Frankly, I discussed this issue with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio during our telephone conversation. There are indications, rumors, that such a situation exists, that U.S. is working to mobilize Kurdish forces against Iranian government. He stated that they are not making such an effort, that they have no such intention. However, as I said at the time, Israel's intentions in this matter are no secret.
On Tuesday, CNN reported that the CIA was working to arm Iranian Kurdish forces with hopes of fomenting an uprising, while Trump had later told that he was all up for Kurdish fighters to take up arms against Iran. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have also claimed to have targeted armed opposition groups hostile to Tehran in the autonomous Kurdish region of Iraq. On the other hand, Iran's security chief Ali Larijani has reiterated his warning to Iranian Kurds in a state TV interview. Larijani said that the Iranian forces have already told the group that if they make a mistake, we will bring you to account.